Ltd, and today it's all about plantains. It's easy to create a recipe using a ripe plantain or maybe even a green one. I have some recipes on my channel. I'm going to link them in the cards above and the description box below. But when it comes to the overripe plantain, what do you do with them? Many persons often throw them away. But today I'm going to show you a recipe that you can use for your overripe plantain when it comes to making breakfast. We're going to be making plantain crepes. So let's go over the ingredients. Crepes are very similar to pancakes. However, they are lighter as you use less flour and you do not include any sugar. So when you're making crepes, you can look at a crepe and a pancake and see the difference. We have one overripe plantain. Now, if your plantain is small, you can use 2 of them, but we're using 1 today. We have 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of milk, 3 tablespoons of melted butter, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Our first step is to mix all of our dry ingredients together. So to a large bowl, we're going to add our flour, our salt, and our cinnamon. And we're going to use a whisk and mix everything together. This recipe is really easy. You can do it as you're making breakfast. It takes no time at all. Once everything is fully incorporated, we're going to set it aside and we're going to mix the wet ingredients. Our wet ingredients are all blended together. I added them to a Vitamix to make sure I got a nice smooth mixture. Now I'm going to add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients. I'm going to use a whisk. Now if you wanted to, you could take the dry ingredients and add it to the blender and do it there, but I'm going to do it by hand. So I'm going to pour everything in and I'm going to use a whisk to mix our flour and our mixture together. And the final ingredient will be to add our melted butter. Our mixture is done. It should be nice and runny, falling easily off of the container. We're going to go ahead and heat our pan now. We're going to add some butter to it to cover the pan completely. Then we're going to fry our crepes. Ensure that it's not thick in the middle. I always move the pan in a circular motion to allow all the excess crepe from the middle to fall to the sides, and just makes it a wider and wider circle. Now you see the crepe is really light, almost see-through. It's just going to take less than 2 minutes to cook. Then we're going to flip it over and it will take less than a minute to cook the other side. Now let's flip. Perfect. We'll allow this other side to cook for another minute or so, and then we're done. I'll remove it, then I'll continue to fry the others. Our plantain crepes are done. They smell so good. Now it's time to taste. Just like pancakes, whenever I'm eating crepes, I always use syrup. So I'm going to put some syrup over the crepes, then I'm going to taste. I'm using light maple syrup, which is one of my favorites. think I'm gonna try this one here, right at the end. And I'm going to taste. See how light it is? Some persons even add a filling to their crepes, but I like it just with syrup. Delicious and light. Now, even though we made plantain crepes, the plantain taste is very subtle. I can smell the difference in the crepes, but when I taste it, I don't taste the plantain as strong as I probably would have expected. So maybe you can try another plantain, but we don't want to make it heavy. But plantain crepes, delicious breakfast items. Now you need to try it. If you have enjoyed this plantain recipe, I want you to look over here, see some of my other plantain recipes, and once you've watched them all, click the button below, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a video. And remember to leave me a comment. I love hearing from you.